Hi guys, Con here. I'm now in Genting Highlands, and this is just launched the all new, the first ever really, Volvo XC40. So this is Volvo's competitor to the X1 and the GLA. So right now only one version of the XC40 is available. It is the T5 all-wheel drive with R design trim. Okay, so first up, relative to its rivals, the XC40 is priced between the BMW X1, more expensive than the BMW X1, but cheaper than that of the Mercedes GLA. So right off the bat, on paper, the XC40 establishes itself as very good value because at 255,000 ringgit, okay, the GLA is more expensive. The X1 is 30k cheaper, but this XC40 here, you get a 250 horsepower 2-liter engine, whereas the X1 only gives you 180 horsepower. Okay, significant power advantage. You get all-wheel drive. X1 is front-wheel drive. The GLA 250 gives you all-wheel drive as well, but it only has 211 horsepower, so it's thereabouts of 30-40 horses down from this car. So, and also the XC40's safety equipment is class leading relative to both the X1 and the GLA. It gets the full suite of driver assist features like autonomous emergency braking, city safety, the full IntelliSafe package lah, okay? So the works, and yeah. So, and also of course the design of this car, absolutely stunning. Okay, so we look at the front. This is a new interpretation of Volvo's current family look. Okay, you still get the Thor hammer, daytime running lights, and this being the R design trim, you get this brushed metal finish right at the lower edge of the bumper. Very nice. The gloss black treatment to the grille. Okay, now currently in Malaysia, the XC40 is available only as as a T5 Petrol. Okay, later on it has been confirmed to us by Volvo Car Malaysia. Later on, only will they bring in the plug-in hybrid. Why is Volvo not launching the plug-in hybrid? It is simply because even globally, the car is not available yet. They have announced that there will be an XC40 plug-in hybrid, but they have actually not announced any concrete details of the car. So, plug-in hybrid later will arrive. This particular car that you see here, together with a small number of demo cars, are brought in as CBU, but deliveries of the XC40 will only start next year when Volvo Car Malaysia begins CKD of the XC40 inshallah. So let's have a look at the rear. Now this is also you get that familiar this tall shape of the taillight that is synonymous with Volvo SUVs and hatchback design. And if you zoom in, if you come closer, and this needs to be admired in person lah, it's very difficult to capture this on camera. Actually it's one LED strip, but they have these little lines here to sort of like split the light, to subtly split the lighting. So when you come up close to admire, it's a very nice touch. And here for the XC40, you get the R design trim designation here that is put on display here at the C pillar. Okay, this is a contrast finish between the body and the roof, two-tone color, right? Okay, and of course the bumper, you get an unpainted finish at the bumper to give a more rugged look, right? So open the boot. Yep, power opening. Okay, power tailgate opening, and well, we'll show you an unloaded car later, but right now you see here, this one, Volvo has put in a series of suitcases here just to show you how spacious the cargo area is, right? So here you notice the floor is flat, so when you want to load and unload heavy items, it's easy, okay? And also here there's a hidden compartment in here as well, and there's a 12-volt socket here, hook here to hang your things. Close the boot. Reverse camera. Okay, so here's the rear passenger compartment. Very simple. Okay, no major frills. But looks of quality. The materials here, very good quality materials. Here and here, yeah. And here is a simple, well, bin, rather small bin here because there's a speaker here. But here there are more compartments here to store away your things. Yep, and you got the upholstery is semi-leather, right? So you got leather here, and you got this Alcantara here. Isofix mounts, I like this. You just lift up the cap to expose the Isofix mounts. Here's the armrest with a molded cup holder. Okay, and of course you can fold the seats down, and look, so the loading floor is flat. This is another plus point. Okay, so if you have to carry large items, they won't rock about. Okay, you can just lay to rest down here. Very nice. There isn't even a gap here, so that's good. And yeah, so you get here rear aircon vents, no separate controls, but that is fine. Okay, at this segment, for this segment of car, this is perfectly fine. And at a glance, you can see legroom appears good, but we'll step inside. All right, this doesn't look bad here. Okay, you get good legroom here. Okay, let me lower it further. Now, thigh support isn't exactly optimal, but it's spacious enough. So here's the front section of the cabin. Now you notice that one thing that Volvo is very proud of is that they don't have a speaker here on the front door. They have managed to convert the full length of the front door to use as a door pocket. So you can put something as large as a whole laptop inside this door pocket. Now how did they get this is they have this what they call an ventilated subwoofer that is positioned, well, somewhere inside the dashboard to take over the role of this speaker down here. Okay, so inside here, Volvo claims to have, put a lot of thought into in-car small item storage. Okay, so they've freed up a lot of spaces for you to chuck away your things. And you'll notice here, there are two slots here to put in your smart tag, sorry, your touch and go card, your parking card, whatever. But this is nothing new. This alone is nothing new, but it's good that they have it there. So step inside, and well, you get virtual instrument clusters here. This touchscreen here, also something very familiar from other existing Volvo models. This is, well, we have seen this array of controls before, but so the highlight is really down here. You see this large storage area. This is a wireless charger. It comes standard, right? And here, open up, there is another lidded, well, small compartment here. These are the cup holders. Okay, you notice that this is shift by wire, right? It's in the 60 series and 90 series cars, all the Spa platform cars, you only get shift by wire with the plug-in hybrid models. But here in the XC40, shift by wire is standard regardless of powertrain, right? So come to the back here, come further back here, this center console, yep, big enough to fit this whole Toomey bag. Okay, look down here. And so this is stepped here, and this whole thing is removable, so you can actually extend the length of this center console bin, or you can just put this here. Okay, this actually is very useful. This can function as something like your in-car tong sampah, so you can just chuck your rubbish here, then after that when you want to empty your trash, just take this out and empty or throw in your dustbin. There's even a little net here for you to select whatever, like your cards or whatever not. Okay, very nice, very thoughtful. So this is at glance looks like at the same time a very useful, very well thought out, and yet very practical center console. Okay, now you look here, this is also a very nice dashboard insert, and so here is a handbag hook, and that's very nice, very smartly integrated into the glove box unit. So you open the glove box, you can open this hook out to hang whatever things that you want. So it's a very nice touch. And this is the box in which they give you the owner's manual. Okay. So at one glance, does not look like a very big glove box, but they do have rubber lining here to keep things from slipping about. Okay. So one look, right? The XC40's cabin really does not seem to disappoint. The build quality appears to be of a very high standard, and the design also looks appealing. And I particularly like this center console. They really gave a lot of thought to this. Volvo was in their marketing of the XC40. They say, "Oh, we are declaring an end to clutter." So maybe there's a bit of an exaggeration, but I would say this is a very well thought out center console. So this is definitely a highlight for me. Yeah. Okay, so you see, right, if you look at this, this whole center console area really is maximized for you to put things. Very nice. And also here, right at the edge here, you get a 12-volt socket, 2 USB ports. Okay, so here's the IntelliSafe module. As mentioned earlier, the XC40 comes standard with a very high level of safety equipment, and it is class leading lah, where autonomous safety is concerned. You get active cruise control, you get autonomous emergency braking, the full works. So definitely ahead of its class rivals there's the Mercedes GLA and the BMW X1. Okay guys, so here are the XC90s in daylight, right? So you have a blue car, 2 grays, and this white car, which I'll be taking out for a drive. Okay, so the earlier car in the display area was loaded in the luggage compartment. So this is an empty car, which I can show you now. So this is a flat floor, as you can see here. This floor is flat, so it's very nice for you to load heavy items. And you lift this up. Okay, you can actually lift this up to reveal another hidden compartment under here. Well, that's the spare tire. So you can actually slot this down here. Okay, so you can use this as a way to compartmentalize your cabin. And also these are hooks, okay, which you can hook your shopping bags, right? Very nice, simple little touches. All right, so now just finished with the launch event, heading downhill. Okay, so I'm going to take this opportunity to show you a quick Genting run with this car. Later on, I'll follow up with a more detailed review of the car's driving impressions in a separate video. Okay, so right now I'm just departing from Gotong Jaya, heading down. So this is the road from Gotong Jaya that leads out back to the main road. Okay, so let me just pass this lorry. Now, so far, right, just now I drove this car down from the top of the hill to Gotong, and now that I'm pushing on further down here, right. Thus far, the handling to me of this car has felt pretty impressive. Ride quality too is good. In fact, I dare say, right, this car, the suspension soaks up, bumps and potholes way better than the bigger XC60 and XC90. Okay, yeah. So when we take the XC90, there are times that we feel that the suspension would bottom out if you take a bump too quickly, but this one does not. This one, it actually manages to, when you go over a bump, it actually manages to go up, down, one motion, and settles the car down straight away. Okay, so right now we are going through a bit of traffic, and this is a more winding stretch. So let's try out the car's handling here. Okay, good. Mira is making way for me. Okay, let's switch the drive to dynamic mode. I would say, right, where handling is concerned, in the context of premium compact SUVs, right, the XC40 here is easily class competitive. When you pitch this against the X1, okay, the X1 right now being a front-wheel drive car, I don't think it drives as well as this. Well, it drives well for what it is, but I would say that the XC40 matches up very well with it. In fact, the only vehicle in this category that I can think of that would convincingly outhandle the XC40 would be the previous generation X1. But that is setting an impossibly high standard, because for all its flaws and whatnot, the previous Gen X1 was unnaturally good in its handling, especially when you specify it with all-wheel drive. Okay, the grip levels that chassis had, that E90 based chassis had, was phenomenal, and it is quite difficult for any modern compact SUV to match up to those standards. Right, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to pass this Innova on the outer lane. Oh, not bad. There was a bit of turbo lag there, trying to power out from the bend. Very nice. Very, very nice. The chassis has a very pleasing feel of tightness to it, that it gives you the confidence to power your way around bends. And you know, this is not the kind of chassis that it's not set up in a way that it grips the road with brute force. You actually feel the chassis flowing with the curvature of the road. So when you push it too hard around a bend, there's a bit of give in the chassis. It slips, it gives a bit of slip, but it is all, you know, is not to a degree that makes you panic. Yeah. This is very, very good. This is very, very good. You see, I'm taking this bump now, right? No drama. Suspension just soaks it up beautifully. So, I mean, at first impression, right, this XC40, it competes against the GLA, it competes against the X1. Now, the X1 as sold in Malaysia is a good 20-30 grand cheaper, but it is less powerful. It drives two wheels less than this, and it comes with far less equipment, especially with regards to safety. So in terms of the value proposition, the XC40 easily is a superior value proposition to the X1. Say nothing about the Mercedes GLA that is more expensive as well. So hey, that's Bobby and the rest of the Horizon gang. Hi guys. Okay, so that concludes this particular video. we'll be the Horizon team will be spending a bit of time in this car, so we will follow up with more videos of the XC40 from Bobby, from Bing, and also I myself will be We'll most probably be rolling out another video at a later date to give you more detailed impressions of the driving experience. Alright, so guys, I'm back from Genting and immediately my wife called me to Ikea to shop for stuff. So I've got that piece of furniture there and all these things here in the trolley, which we'll see whether can they all fit in the XC40 or not. Alright, we managed to sumbat everything in, although not in a particularly neat fashion. This long cupboard needs to be stowed diagonally, and some of the things put under the on the floor and over there. Okay, there's more things that were dropped here inside the front passenger compartment. And yep, so actually what happened was that my wife and sister-in-law, they had came earlier today in a separate car, so I just arrived in the XC40 to bring all the stuff home. Uh-oh, cannot close. Okay, just shifted these two panels a bit. The boot now closes properly.